What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I want to talk to you about how about 65 million Americans are about to receive a huge benefit, and this is actually a major breakthrough. And the reason why I want to bring this up is because this news came out today. Now, here's what we know. Over the past couple of months, Senators Joe Manchin and Chuck Schumer have been working on several bills. They have been trying to reach an agreement on prescription drug prices, which they finally agreed on, which I actually addressed just the other day. They're also trying to agree on climate provisions, which they're still working on, and the expectation is they will come to an agreement at some point. They also need to come to an agreement on the full scope of tax increases for both large corporations and the wealthy, which as of right now, they may get to this later on this summer, but the expectation is not high that it will pass in the current Senate. We also know that as of today, it was actually announced that they have finally reached an agreement to raise taxes on some high income earners. And this is where it's going to help out about 65 million people. Here's what we know. This is actually going to increase tax revenue by about $200 billion over the next 10 years. This tax revenue is going to benefit those 65 million people, and it's going to bring in more money to help fund Medicare through 2031. Now, I have been on the prowl to try to find more information, more updates, more news and discussions as to what lawmakers are even considering for people on Medicare and Social Security. Well, this came through today. As of right now, Medicare's Hospital Insurance Trust Fund, this will begin to run out of money by 2028. So we only got about 5.5 years. So that's what's very frustrating, because then we get an additional 3 years, let's say 8 to 9 years as of right now, okay, to provide some additional funding before Medicare just completely goes upside down. Well, here's what we know. We didn't hear from Senator Joe Manchin today because, obviously he's not really in his office, but we did hear from a spokesperson for Senator Joe Manchin. And he had this to say. He said, and I quote, "Medicare is a lifeline for millions of American seniors, and Senator Manchin has always supported pathways to ensure it remains solvent. He remains optimistic there is a path to do just that." Now, I want to touch on this for a second because Senator Joe Manchin, he was one of the original Democrats or original lawmakers that didn't support the Build Back Better Act, because what the Build Back Better Act did was it expanded Social Security, Medicare, expanded these programs in a time when those programs were at the risk of becoming insolvent. And he said, no, let's shore up those programs first. Then we can potentially expand them. So here's what, I know a lot of people are going to ask this, well, who is going to be paying more in taxes? Is it going to be me? I only make $40,000 per year. Is it going to be me? Is it going to be somebody making over 100, 150, 500, a million? What are the numbers? Well, let's talk about that. According to the documents that were released today, this new bill would raise taxes on those making over $400,000 per year by closing a specific tax loophole. So it's not everybody that makes over $400,000 per year. Again, remember when I said in the beginning of this video, and I talked about how Senator Joe Manchin and Senator Chuck Schumer, they're trying to work out agreement on the full scope of tax increases, right, for large corporations and obviously the wealthy. They haven't done that yet. This particular bill, this is just for a specific group. This tax loophole, it would actually close the tax. It would close pretty much a small provision. Again, I'm not a tax expert. I'm not going to pretend like I am, okay? But what it would do is for pass-through entities, this tax loophole would be closed. For instance, let me just throw an example for you guys. Let's say you own a business, right? Let's say you and a few partners, you're co-owners. Well, let's say part of your income is paid to you through a salary. The rest is given to you as a distributed profits, right? If that's the case, you would pay less because some of this is profit and it's not a salary, it's not income, right? It's not income from a job. So the plan as of right now is to eliminate the pass-through, okay, that pass-through tax loophole. That's the plan, which would actually mean you would pay an additional 3.8%, and it would be your net investment income tax. It's your NIIT. Again, I'm not a tax expert. I don't plan to be one. I'm not trying to say I am. But just understand, if this goes through, those that own businesses that do get profits plus salary, well, you could potentially be hit with that additional 3.8% net investment income tax. Now, it is $400,000 for individuals. It's actually $500,000 for joint filers. Okay, so I just wanted to fill you in on that because I know a lot of people are wondering, is there anything coming for me? Are we gonna be guaranteed that we get Social Security benefits in 5 to 10 years? No. Are we gonna guarantee that Medicare is still gonna be around in 5 to 10 years? Well, no, but this could help. And so the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because this is a major breakthrough. If Senator Joe Manchin and Senator Chuck Schumer can reach an agreement on this, then there could potentially be an agreement very soon on tax increases to large corporations and all wealthy individuals. So again, if that happens, we are going to see our tax revenue increase. We will see our national deficit go down, which as of right now, if the Federal Reserve continues to raise rates, it means our interest payments will get more expensive, which means we have to lower our national deficit, and we need to do that quickly. So that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all latest news and updates. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. If you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.